In the beginning, there was a sphere. And I figured, snowballs? Football? No. Okay, so red stretches up and down. White does the whole thing. Green is side to side. That looks like a potato, actually. Let's try to make this look a bit more snowy. There's a lot of textures already built into the library. It's good to poke around. It's not a bad snow. I need to see them all before I make up my mind. I think I have a city soundtrack going on in the background. So many textures, so little time. I like this one. So I'm going to take this because that's one way to copy it to your library. If you just take it. See, there it is as object. It's better if you rename these things as soon as you get them. Otherwise, you'll have a library of objects. Basic name, but you know, it is what it is. And now I can drag out more of them and have duplicates. I know there's some other way to copy and paste, but you just do what works for you. Oopsie. That gave me an idea for pancakes and oil slicks. You know, have to get that figure, have to be just right. Oh dear, his head is way too big. Let's see. Ah yes, white. Too small. Oh, we don't want a shrunken head snowman. Though that would be interesting for Halloween. Man, I suck at judging where things are in 3D space. I'm having a hard time lining things up on top of each other. Oop, too far. There we go. Has to rest comfortably. Okay, I mean, oh no. You have to rotate your camera and the middle part there is just not the right shape. Gotta squeeze him in a little. Oh wait, that's a good trick, by the way. Rotating your camera, checking every side. That was a drastic diet. Ah, no, there we go. Just a little less. Have to have a pleasantly plump snowman. looking all around. I like this. Well, what snowman is complete without eyes? I'm not going to go for the traditional button eyes. These kind of look more like donuts at the moment. I know, I just thought it'd be more extreme looking with hollow eyes. Now my issue is that since, a curved sphere is not a straight surface, getting things to rest upon it properly is a bit of a hassle. A lot of experimentation. Remember, rotate that camera because things are not always what they appear to be. Angles are very important. There, that's resting. The base wood texture is nice, but that's just not gonna do for my snowman. He needs a bit more color in his eyes, something a bit more expressive. And it would be helpful if I could see my screen. So luckily these windows are movable. I'm using the Firestorm Phoenix browser viewer. Let's see, rock textures. Oh, no, not that. That was very bright blue. This is nice. A deeper blue, maybe. You can pick colors like that. Great! My snowman has blue eyes. Or he will be as soon as I finish. By the way, I discovered it's a lot faster if you go to the menu, go to more, and take a copy. So at least this way I remember to rename the eye. I know, so very original. You see all those received items? I went shopping. Oh gosh, those eyes are lopsided. There we go. What snowman is complete without a nose? In this case, I'll go for the more traditional orangey, carroty type of nose. I did consider a button nose, but then it just would have been too many circles, spheres, torus. I wanted a different shape in here. Gotta get it orange. Now let's do something different. Bumpiness is kind of a cool thing. It makes it look more realistic, more 3D. See? It has real texture to it that way. Of course, once the object is its appropriate size, that bumpiness will be difficult to see. Oh dear. Need to do a little moving and resizing. This entire thing took me well over an hour, so I had to do some weird edits and cuts to try to trim this down. I don't know how to do that cool fast forward thing. I admit I was tempting to put Eye of the Tiger as a background soundtrack. Nothing like one of those montages. What is this, you say? How about a mouth? Just something a little different. Oops, there we go. You move it up enough, and I think it can actually double as some kind of a comical mustache. So serious. Yay, too happy. I don't think Mr. Vortex is all that happy. But it's actually kind of cute. Again, the buttons are usually circles. I said, to heck with that. I need some squares in my life. And these days, really, buttons are just any shape or size. I started out small. I don't show when I enlarge them. And yes, my buttons are leather. See, here we go. Take a copy. That way, the original stays put. Don't forget, rename, rename, rename. As specific as possible. You'll thank yourself in the future. These libraries, I've noticed, grow very quickly. The other thing I realized is I don't get to show media on a prim. Hopefully you've figured that out by now. I think my computer died somewhere along the way, so at the end when I was adding the scripts and the media and all those, even the scarf, all those extra touches, I was no longer actually recording. Still not bad. This computer was made in 2011, which by computer standards is incredibly ancient. Yes, of course, what Snowman is complete without his wooden arms. Again, these are all built-in textures. I haven't added anything that I created myself. Why rebuild the wheel? That brown color just made it richer. But you'll notice this from the side. I realize I have a lot of work to do. I need to actually bring those buttons flush to the body. Yes, that background mewing is my cat. She's very cranky. She's 18 years old, and if you don't pay immediate attention, she decides to scream her little head off. But you have to love the original Calypso. I've had her since she could fit in the palm of my hand. Oh, here's another thing that doesn't show up in this video, adding the fingers. But really those are just two more of the pyramid type shapes attached to the ends of the hands, arms, rather. It's a halo! Oh, no, not quite. For some reason, I have the Sherlock Holmes hat in my head. His special cap and the pipe. I think these were the first two objects that I linked together, the cap. Notice when they're linked, the texture immediately goes to both pieces. And it has a different flow to it. So the cap is going to be some sort of fabric. Oh, ooh, candy cane. No. Maybe that's kind of something too boring. That's an interesting texture. I wonder if I change the color. That's better. Yeah, I guess my snowman's favorite color is blue. Go, Mr. Vortex. And no snowman is complete without a pipe. Though he really should consider quitting smoking. I think it's a little hazardous to his health. He'll probably tell you it's a bubble pipe or something. Those are fun. Now for some reason I wanted my pipe to be 3 pieces. I always figured that that little sphere is kind of like a joint connecting it together. If I ever tried to animate it, that piece would probably be important to give it a smooth look. Nice rich wood pipe. Now I have to actually, get it over to his mouth somehow. Oh, I linked the pieces already. It's just easier to move it as a unit, rather than move each piece individually and try to get them all to line up again. Oop. There you go. Tell you, this was a serious learning process. Multiple steps. I did a lot of mistakes. But you know what? So what? You can always go back and do it again. That's how you learn. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Here I'm selecting every individual piece because I'm going to link the whole thing together so that I'll have him in my inventory as a complete object instead of all the separate little pieces. And that way I'll be able to actually give him his proper name, Mr. Vortex. There you go. Linked. So if you have any questions about the script generator, just send me a message.